So David Zaslav is the guy who runs WBD.
Yes. Now, but the real power player at WBD is a guy named John Malone.
Oh.
And he is known as the cable cowboy. He was one of the very first people to say there's money in them hills with cable. He is arguably one of the richest men in the world.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Arch conservative, yes.
How happy are you right now that you get to trace the history of cable television, something nobody cares about except for you?
I know.
And look at the joy. Look at the glee.
I'm kind of fascinated.
Christmas came early for Jim Biederman.
Michael has struck on something, and it is because this one nerds out with all the nuances. He was called the Cable Cowboy.
It's Have I Got News for Your Ears, the podcast extension of the Have I Got News for You cinematic universe. I am Have I Got News for You co-captain Michael Ian Black, joined as always by Have I Got News for You producers Jodi Lennon and remind me?
It's Jim Biederman.
Jim
Biederman.
No, that doesn't sound like a real name. What is the real name?
Oh, I don't know what they changed it when they got here.
Biedermeier,
probably.
Biedermeier.
Yeah.
Your family made beaters?
They were
Biedermacher?
Biederman is middle class man. That's what it means in German.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
And you've decided to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Also today, as her snarky remarks already starting, comedian, author, host, CBS Sunday Morning contributor, Faith Salie.
Hi. I'm happy to be here.
We met.
Jim Biederman planned my first honeymoon. That's what I want to say.
That's true. I did, and it was
a great honeymoon.
Yeah, the honeymoon went
Terrible
well.
marriage.
Travel agent.
Yeah, she has the thing that I'm like a travel agent.
He loves to
Yeah.
plan travel.
Yeah.
He can tell you what plane to get, what hour to get the plane, what seat to sit in, what restaurants
happened was
are nearby.
I was in a plane crash in Toronto in 1993. Crash landed. American Airlines. Am I allowed to say what airline? And the wheels came off and we skid to it was scary.
Did you get to go on the slide?
We went on the slide.
Worth it.
Did you take off your high heels like they tell you
So
to?
yeah, I did. I left my shoes on the fucking plane, and it was in the middle of winter. And it was freezing, and just because it was panic, it was pandemonium, and everyone. But I have to say, the flight attendants were amazing. There was like billowing smoke coming through the aisle. You could see the back of the plane was on fire. I mean, it was bad, and people were just like pushing each other like it was.
Oh, people would be at their worst.
Their worst.
In a
but
crisis.
they were stopping people, saying, "Stop, think." Go to the front of the plane, go down the slide. In total unison, all up and down the aisles.
Wow.
Like they're doing this hand thing. So and it's like, take off your shoes, go down the slide. So I took off my shoes. I didn't think like, I'll carry them on the slide.
Yeah, that's
so it
what I
was
would've
freezing cold.
I would have thought to myself, it's December. I have shoes in my hand. Maybe I just hold on to them.
You would be that of that. Yeah, I was not that present. When the bus finally came to pick us up and take us, because we were standing there freezing. Because you know what the most important thing in that situation is? That plane costs a lot of money. Better not let it burn.
Oh, yeah.
So they are hosing it, foaming it down, and we're just like shivering.
In fairness
to
your cynicism,
yeah,
it seems like a smart idea to hose and foam the plane down so that it doesn't fucking explode, you moron. So it doesn't explode and kill everybody standing on the tarmac waiting for the bus.
And destroy his shoes.
Yeah. My shoes.
What kind of shoes were they?
I don't remember. So we got into we were being held in pre-customs area because now we're in Toronto. So, and it was the most New York thing I've ever.
Customs.
Yeah, we had to go through customs. What are you coming to Canada for? I was here for the plane crash. So
welcome home.
There you go. Thank you. So we're in this giant room, and there's 100 people, and with like various parts of clothing, they're waiting to come, and they start bringing in these gigantic plastic bags, like gigantic. I've never seen plastic bags with everyone's shit in the bags, and they bring it out. And this was the most New York thing I've ever experienced, even though it happened in Toronto. Was some very well-meaning guy stood up and said, "Hey, we're all New Yorkers and we're going to do this in an orderly like a civilian." And there was a Hasidic guy behind me who said, "Fuck that." And it was like, it was a free-for-all. It was like the entire mass of people just like, "My stuff!" Like and it was shit was flying and the
like
guys
the
going,
Barney's
"Wait,
sale."
I really feel like that's such a good metaphor for where we are in this nation right now.
It's completely the metaphor. So I became obsessed.
We're gonna act like human beings right now.
right.
Fuck that.
There's no reason.
I have used the phrase with my children, the wheels are fallen off
yeah,
for years,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I've never met someone who actually experienced.
And the weird thing is when you're riding on the ground on the belly of the plane because there's no wheels, it's just huge sparks, and you look out the window just seeing parts of the plane, catch on fire.
Wow.
So it was horrifying.
Jim, did anything happen in the news this week that we should be discussing?
A shit ton of stuff. And I'm happy you're here on this one.
Thanks. Why?
Because CBS is involved in our first story.
I believe we'll be talking about my boss's boss's boss.
Your boss's boss's boss. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it is, and where we're concerned, because our show's on CNN.
Yep.
Warner Brothers Discovery is in play.
Yeah, it sure is. So,
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Discovery
Yeah.
is Warner Brothers,
Yes.
and Warner Brothers owns HBO.
Well, Warner Brothers it's really confusing, I think.
Is it Warner Brothers / Discovery?
No, it's
Okay,
Warner.
it's like
Warner
a hyphenated
Brothers
last
Discovery,
name.
WBD.
Okay.
Or Disco Brothers, whichever one.
Yeah.
So Warner Brothers is a film and television studio.
That's right.
Right. Over the last 20 years, through various mergers like AT&T, Time Warner, AOL. Remember that one?
Oh my gosh.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
I owe you a CD.
Wait, where was Viacom?
That was on the
Viacom's
CD.
on
That was on the
Paramount.
CBS side.
That's CBS.
Yeah.
Viacom's on CBS. So they slowly have kind of amassed,
Plutocratic amounts of power.
yeah, but also HBO.
Right.
Nay, Max. Nay, HBO.
Nay Max, nay HBO Max. But David Zaslav ran a thing called Discovery, the Discovery Networks, which is
Discovery TLC.
I worked for him a zillion years ago on the Sundance Channel. That was like
he
Planet
did.
Green.
Yeah, Planet Green, which was a Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
They all I know it by is the great shows they have.
Right.
Pimple Popper.
Yes.
Dr.
Pimple
Doctor,
Popper.
excuse me,
Come on,
Doctor.
there's-
MD.
Yeah. There's a degree
She
there.
went to school.
My 600-pound life.
My 600-pound life. What's the one we like? The lottery real estate show.
I don't think that's on that.
You don't think it's a Discovery?
No.
That's HGTV, isn't it?
No.
My Lottery Dream House?
Yes.
Yes.
So CNN is owned by who?
So CNN.
Which is what the network
So-
I'm on, and
so
all of us are on. It seems like I should
You
know
should
this,
know
but I
that.
don't.
At one point, there in one of the various mergers, they merged. WB merged with Time Warner merged with bought Turner
Right.
Networks. So bought Ted Turner's fiefdom.
Jane Fonda's ex.
That's how we know her. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's how we know him. And that is Captain Outrageous, I believe was his nickname.
Mm-hmm.
He was kicked out of Brown.
He did?
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to throw in my Ted
I
Turner
think
trivia.
You know what? I liked when Murdoch and he were arguing or fighting over some piece of property, and he was getting very testy about Rupert Murdoch, and Murdoch just said, I guess Ted didn't take his medicine today. So I guess Ted had a little known problem. But he obviously one of the creators of CNN,
Yes.
founders, I should say, of CNN.
I thought that was James Earl Jones.
No, you'd think, right? I mean, his voice is all over it.
Yeah.
No, he got a good deal. So it was Ted Turner and a guy named
Pete Best.
Pete Best.
Oh,
He was
got ripped off again.
Ted Turner's drummer, and he said, "Fuck this! Nothing's going to happen with this CNN thing." Schoenfeld, Reese Schoenfeld, who went on to also create the Food Network, among others. Lost cable history I'm going through, but
Okay.
So. Fast forward to now, WBD is a combination of a merger between the Discovery Channel and what was then just WB Studios.
And Time Warner now.
And Time Warner, and which then owned HBO, and CNN, and TBS, and TNT, and True TV.
And Comedy Central.
No, that's
No. Jodi, give me your wrist.
It's a lot to keep track of.
Jodi worked at Viacom. You worked at Comedy
And
Central.
I worked at True TV.
And you worked at True TV.
And you
so-
currently work at CNN.
And I kept going to the same holiday party, so I'm confused.
So that's why
it
you're
was
fine.
always the same people
I see
at
that.
both
I see
parties.
it. So fast forward to an ill-conceived merger of Warner Brothers and Discovery. The efficiencies or whatever the fuck they always say they're going to get never really happened. It's doing okay. It's not doing poorly. But we're in a world where several different things are happening all at once. Linear television is decaying in terms of audience and numbers.
Oh.
Linear television meaning television that you watch when it's on.
Yes.
And you turn it off when it's off.
Correct. Now, it's kind of a weird distinction because with TiVo and with all the various
TiVo.
DVRs, all the DVRs that you get as part of your cable package, right? It's part of your thing.
I call reruns streaming. That's how
right.
old I am.
Rerun streaming.
Syndication.
There you go. That's right. Syndication.
Can we just hear from our resident Muppet again as she says her today's catchphrase?
I'm sorry.
Say it.
I felt
TiVo.
like
Wait a second.
TiVo.
Jodi didn't take her medication
No,
today.
she
I think
didn't.
that's...
I never do. But I think I was just a little shocked to hear TiVo. It's been a while.
Yeah. What happened really is millennials started cutting the cord to cable. It was too expensive on a monthly basis. And they also said in the, I think it's a Bruce Springsteen song, 500 channels and nothing on. So that started to erode that obscene money-making business that was
As
cable.
I think about it, I believe the song is called 64 Channels and Nothing's On. And by the time it came out, that number was already woefully
obsolete.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
I think I could be wrong about that, and there's no way to check.
But the sentiment is no, we don't.
The sentiment is correct.
The sentiment is correct.
So here we sit.
Well, so we are now on
It's
the verge.
2028.
2028, and
Your plane is
by the way,
crashed.
how I wish it were 2028.
So David Zaslav is the guy who runs WBD.
Yes. Now, but the real power player at WBD is a guy named John Malone.
Oh.
And he is known as the cable cowboy. He was one of the very first people to say there's money in them hills with cable. He is arguably one of the richest men in the world.
Can I
Is he
interrupt
a
you for a second?
Arch conservative, yes.
How happy are you right now that you get to trace the history of cable television, something nobody cares about except for you?
I know.
And look at the joy. Look at the
I'm
glee.
kind of fascinated.
Christmas came early for Jim Biederman.
Michael has struck on something, and it is because this one nerds out with all the nuances. He was called the Cable Cowboy.
Were you a John Malone scholar at your high
Yes,
school?
I was.
Crazy arch conservative. Hold on, because I'm jumping to the to the addendum to this. Is he as crazy a conservative as Larry Ellison, dad of David Ellison,
or his son,
who's made the hostile bid?
They're comparable.
Okay.
They're comparable.
And similar age? Like, are we talking octogenarians?
Yes.
Yep.
And Malone is a hardcore libertarian, like true libertarian, like no taxes, no nothing. Everyone be responsible.
Cowboy Republican.
Cable cowboy. Mm-hmm. So he's the one of the leading share owners of WBD. Currently. And he's basically been, him and Zaslav, who runs it day to day, have said, oh, we better get our money. Not that they haven't already been paid a lot of money.
Because they see the writing on the wall.
Right.
God damn it.
But talking about CNN,
Yeah.
so David Ellison, who owns Paramount, Skydance now owns
So anyway,
Paramount,
they put themselves up for sale, and they do a bidding process. Netflix, Comcast, Paramount, Skydance. They all bid on it.
So it looks like it's going to happen, as of whatever, yesterday. It looked like it was going to happen
the
for
Netflix won the bidding
Netflix.
Process,
And then David Ellison, son of Larry Ellison, one of Trump's BFs, my boss's boss's boss, comes in with a hostile takeover.
Mm-hmm. Both sides are a bad possibility. For us, for CNN,
I'm listening.
Netflix is a better scenario because of the fear we would have. You probably have. I know you have at CBS. We share the elevator bank. Is a concern that your editorial choices there will be a thumb on the scale of a certain side.
But just to go back to this for a second, as you said, the Netflix sale does not include the CNN. So if the Netflix thing goes through, we're still adrift.
We're adrift, but I would argue.
But happily adrift.
Sure.
Let me say something about CNN.
I'm listening.
This isn't just not because they pay me.
I'm listening, Jim.
CNN is still impressively profitable. It is, on an international basis, highly regarded as a source of news. Mm-hmm. It is seen as a true, despite the fake news moniker, it is seen internationally as, it's on CNN, it's real. It does very well. It's highly respected. I would say, apart from every corporation having their own weirdness in the way they operate, it's a well-run machine.
Is there a clip that supports any of this information?
Yeah, thank you, Jodi. Here we go.
Netflix has struck a nearly $83 billion deal to acquire Warner Brothers, beating out Paramount and Comcast after a bidding war. If finalized, it would unite the world's largest streamer with one of Hollywood's oldest studios, giving Netflix access to major franchises like the DC Universe, Game of Thrones, and Harry Potter. Warner Brothers would spin off cable networks, including CNN, TNT, and TBS, before the deal closes.
Which is happening in April.
But spin-off is so vague.
Well, so Comcast did this with their cable channels, including MSNBC Now, Ms. Now, or Ms. Magazine, National Organization of Women, and CNBC, and USA Network.
And the comedy channel?
Yeah, the comedy channel. Before.
It was called Ha.
It was called Ha. But then for Peacock, they've kept Bravo. But all of their other Golf Channel, all these things are in a thing called Versant. They've just started a company called
Versant?
As in Conversant.
Versant. Okay.
And they've spun that off. I think it's now official. It just means they have their own shares.
Let me ask this. Will my mom care? Like, does anybody, other than people that are in the business, will they care or feel like will they be wounded by any of these purchases?
Assume, based on what Mr. Biederman is saying, that there's a couple things that could happen that would upset or challenge your parents. First, movie theaters could go away.
First of all, my dad's dead, so.
So this may not challenge him
get
as much
anymore?
as your mother.
No, he doesn't get upset anymore. Okay,
He just gets agitated.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can make him roll over in his grave.
Oh.
All right.
Do it,
give him a little aerobic
Mike.
activity.
Yeah.
Movie theaters may go away, as Jim was saying. But then also, I think more subtly and more worryingly is the idea that the news business in general may shift to the right even more so than it already has.
If I think that is a concern or a thought or a celebration for some people to think about if Paramount buys. If the hostile takeover works, right?
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
The air of hostility. I call it air of hostility, yes.
Yes. And then we should also just note that our president has explicitly said he is going to weigh in on this.
That means he's going to see.
And his son-in-law is involved.
Oh,
Do you know
And
this?
to that point, things will probably subtly and imperceptibly change before you realize, oh, shit, everything's changed and it's not good.
Right. There used to be places that you could go. You could go to Comedy Central or True TV or Netflix or Amazon.
Right. You're describing
or
cable
HBO.
and streaming.
Right. So you
or
could
NBC,
have,
CBS,
say
and ABC.
I have the Jodi Lennon Project.
Unlikely, but keep going.
And it's this really great
How did you bring
idea.
that into this conversation?
And,
how did you do that?
It's like a show where I host.
Okay, no, we talked about this.
$30 a share, I'm in.
Thank you. But normally I would be able to go and pitch that show to a bunch of different places,
Correct.
and then there would be maybe even a bidding war.
Right.
Again, unlikely, but keep going.
But now there's just no chance of that, right? Either you're in bed with some of this one buyer,
Right.
and you're going to be making all those types of shows, and then that's it.
One correction to that. It's not all these kind of shows. And then you're going to be making 25% to 40% less shows. So you have even less opportunity to sell something. So there's the editorial side of this argument, but then there's also the consolidation argument in terms of the economy. And that doesn't matter what industry you're in, it's not a good thing.
It's going to be fewer jobs.
Correct.
And fewer choices of content.
Correct.
Probably.
But this is going to take a long time, right?
So
this isn't in a week.
Let's say let's say the shareholders go, fuck you, we like Netflix better.
Right.
That will take probably 2 years because with Netflix, it's also
I love it.
It's not just the domestic regulatory hurdles, and you're already getting a lot of people saying this is what our antitrust monopoly laws are written for. This is the case study. That doesn't mean anything.
When does that matter in this administration?
I'm just quoting them.
Yeah.
But it's also European regulatory because Netflix is very prominent in Europe. And they're much more serious about this shit than we
our
are.
hopes
So
rely on
they
Europe.
could shut it down. Or they could just do that thing where they do with Microsoft or Google. It's like, all right, just don't buy that part. And then also promise never to do this. And if you do this, we'll come after you. They basically limit their ability to be a monopoly. Now, the whole concept that Donald Trump actually has any power over the regulatory decisions is ridiculous.
Is nuts.
And by the way, not true. Because when AT&T wanted to buy Time Warner, and then eventually did, he tried to stop it. And they said, fuck you. And they sued him. And it took longer than what they thought it was going to take, but he lost when he was president in 2017.
But the truth is, the nation is now different, and it's different because of him. And if he says, I'm going to weigh in on this, he is going to weigh in on
Oh,
this.
he's going to weigh in
Right.
on it, but he weighed in on it last time.
I understand.
He
But
doesn't
it
really
wasn't
have
with
the
his
power.
best friends, was it?
That's
yeah,
true.
but the tenor of the nation has changed, and he now controls all these regulatory bodies
Right.
who are stuffed with loyalists to him. And
Right.
if he says to the FCC, I don't want this Netflix thing to go in.
But that's
go
my
through.
point. He did the last time. It was AT&T who said, we're suing your government
Right.
for this. And they won. It takes years.
That's all I care
That's
about.
right.
I want it to
You want to
take
kick the can
years.
down the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is Trump's legal theory anyway. Just kick the
Great.
Trump.
Jim, can I ask a fiduciary question?
Sure, of course.
The Netflix deal is worth 80 something
$2 billion, yeah.
Okay, and the Paramount is 100 and something billion.
108. yeah.
Okay, so that's a $20 billion difference.
Give or take.
But the Netflix portion does not include the cable
Correct,
parts.
correct,
So
correct.
that spinoff,
Yeah.
to me, seems like it's at least worth $20 billion.
Yeah.
So it seems like the Netflix deal may actually still be better.
Correct. So if you actually break it out that way, I would even argue that one could argue that it's worth more than $20 billion.
I think it's worth at least.
Yeah. So right away, it doesn't. It looks like, well, we're gonna. I'm a shareholder of WBD. I'm not, but and they go, oh, we're gonna get this $27 a share if I want to sell. That's great. It's been sitting at 15 for the last 12 months. Or I can hold on, and I also get part of that. I get part of that spinoff shares, and I should hold on. We should hold off on selling that. So it's already not worth enough.
My understanding is the Netflix deal also includes a box of toffee for everybody.
Yes,
Oh.
it does.
Yeah, like very
And
like
that's
like
the
good
opposite
toffee.
of hostile. That's very sweet.
It's very sweet, literally sweet. The shareholders may actually make more money by just approving the Netflix deal than the Paramount
and
deal.
holding on to the.
And I also think, I watched the president of
Venezuela.
Bolivia. Oh, well, you got there.
Venezuela on.
What are you doing now?
I'm getting a power.
He's getting a puppet to explain this part to us.
I wish.
Hang on.
I wish.
Where is it? The president of the Writers Guild, a woman whose name escapes me, and she was basically saying neither of these are good for the business.
I thought we were supposed to be a country that makes stuff and has industry and has a model of American made. Like if somebody just purchases and causes a monopoly, then one of our biggest exports can't exist as vibrantly as it used to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that America's entertainment exports are maybe the single most powerful piece of soft diplomacy we have.
Yeah.
Because for the last century, what we've been doing is showing the world a sort of Hollywood version of American culture in all of its forms.
Yep.
And it's been remarkably powerful.
Yeah.
And when we diminish that and dilute that, just like when we diminish and dilute foreign aid to places, American diplomatic and soft power ebbs. And yeah, I think
That's
sucks.
an understatement. That it ebbs. It goes away. I mean, we've already sort of trashed the popular notion of the city on the hill, the protectors of democracy. So what's left that's still powerful is this
the cool thing.
cultural.
Right.
Yeah. America's being on the forefront of cool, and that's a very good point.
The other interesting aspect of that is that they, for a long time, non-American media cultures, like how do they do the exciting chase scene? They can't. Their brain couldn't wrap around how we tell our stories, right? And it became only Hollywood can make big budget movies. Only Hollywood can do this kind of movie. Only Hollywood, because and there's the joke of, well, it's a very Canadian film. We all know what that means, right? It's a very French film. We know what that means. There's a very American film, and they all want a piece of that action. It's something they all look up to. Even Jean-Luc Godard, we did Breathless, the movie is about movies from America. That's what the movie's about. It's all references about big budget American movies that he loved. And so they eventually, after enough tinkering, figured out, oh, we can do this. So now you have a very worldwide economy of storytelling, and Hollywood is becoming less and less and less a place to have to be to be part of that industry. In fact, I would say UK, Canada, China.
I mean,
Europe,
is going guns a-blazing, making Hollywood-style blockbusters and doing really well with it.
Yeah.
And they've figured out a model where they just bring in, American actor and Chinese actor and British actor and throw a bunch of money at something and have the production budget be probably half of what an American budget would be, and you're able to release the so-called 4-quadrant picture. And I think globally they're doing pretty well with that model.
What are the 4 quadrants?
Mother, daughter, son.
That's a Jim Jarmusch movie, right?
Speaking of American culture, being crushed and going away, I give you Exhibit A.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone, Kiss, and Gloria Gaynor, Michael Crawford, and George Strait, all honored for their influence on American culture and the arts. They received the first redesigned awards, featuring a navy blue ribbon which replaces the iconic rainbow one, which the White House described as tacky.
Well, they were.
Hey, whoa.
Wait.
Back that up.
Sit down on my gold toilet while I show you what's tacky.
Yeah. Tacky.
Oh my
They
God.
would know.
Fucking balls.
Is that their euphemism for gay?
Yeah, must be.
The Kennedy Center saying the new blue color represents dignity and tradition.
Tradition. This is the first year of a blue collar. It's tradition.
Who is Rapid Response 47?
Oh, you know. I have no idea.
That, I assume, is a official White House rapid response social media team for 47, meaning the president.
He even went so far as to do, I know this is your favorite, he did a little stand-up.
I saw.
Who do you think writes
Here he
this?
is.
The Kennedy Center, Kennedy Center, I'm sorry.
The president poking fun at his controversial takeover of the venue.
By the way,
the slow-mo clap. Who is the woman on the far
She's
left?
in so much agony, so much pain.
But I also like the almost alien-like country western singer guy, whatever his name is.
George Strait.
George Strait.
And you know why he was chosen? Because he's straight.
Yeah, never forget.
He wasn't going to wear that. He said, I'm not wearing a
He's not
rainbow
tacky.
ribbon.
He's
That's
not
right.
tacky.
Others honored last night were country music legend George Strait, stage and screen star Michael Crawford, disco pioneer Gloria Gaynor, and Hollywood icon Sylvester Stallone.
Stallone,
Wow.
you could make an argument.
What argument?
An argument, you mean, for his American...
For his inclusion in the Kennedy Center.
But the argument for every single person is that they are MAGA. They said yes, and they donated. I don't know about Michael Crawford, but they supported Trump in his election.
Well, Crawford didn't. Crawford's apolitical. I don't think Gloria Gaynor did.
Yes, she did.
She did?
Yeah,
She donated to Mike Johnson, Ted Cruz. Yeah,
did not know that.
You didn't see this coming. She sings this iconic tacky gay anthem, "I Will Survive." Yeah.
And she did.
So is this what we have to look forward to? 4 more of these?
3 more, hopefully, and no more than that. He's going to run out of people to honor who will say yes.
I think he just did.
Yeah, he may have.
Has Kid Rock not been honored yet?
Next year.
Yeah. Trying to think who else.
You know
I mean,
what?
you could make a better
Can I say
case for
something?
Kid Rock than Gloria Gaynor.
You could,
Yes.
I guess.
You
He
absolutely
has
could.
more hit songs?
I
Is
think
that
George
true?
Strait is the only unequivocal deserving recipient.
Lifetime
of that
Achievement
award.
Award
Absolutely.
kind of guy.
And I think you could make the argument for Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, gosh,
sure,
you know who it's going to be? John Voight. You know.
Oh, it will be
You
John
know
Voight.
it
You're
will.
right.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you
wait,
got to think
who's
old
next?
as well. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I do like this game. Who will the Village People? The Village People next year.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
I don't even know if there are any
Carrie
original.
Underwood?
There are.
Carrie
I mean, she's young for it.
Sure,
But...
Carrie Underwood.
Oh, Tom Brady.
Yes.
Or like Guy Fieri. Like just throw
he-
some
So,
cooks in there.
I want to
think
wrap
so.
it up by saying, we're bemoaning this consolidation of our entertainment industry, and we talked about how we're kind of no longer the king of it and everything, but then this is what we celebrate as our...
No more rainbows.
Yeah. Is it really that bad that we're consolidating all this shit? Because maybe it's time our culture to die.
No, Jim Biederman. It's just in the wrong hands.
Don't give in to the blue ribbon, Jim.
Here's the thing, though.
You mean
Jim.
dignity? I won't.
Tradition.
Tradition and dignity?
I'm gonna-
Sure, Faith, I won't.
I'm going to end the main portion of the podcast with a
'cause you're
note
gonna-
of
Is this gonna be
optimism.
good?
I've got a game. I'm
going
going
to
to
play a game.
I got a game to play with an audience member. It's
Oh,
what we
good.
do every
Okay.
episode. It's really
Oh, good.
fun. But you won't be here. You'll be
We all
dismissed.
leave.
Oh.
here's a note of optimism about the entertainment industry and the American spirit. I would argue and advocate that as media consolidation happens at the upper levels of our entertainment industry, what we're going to see, I predict, and we're already seeing it, is a burbling up from the bottom. So already what you have, unlike when you and I and you and whoever, I don't know any of your names, but when we were growing into this industry, it was not possible to take a phone and make a movie.
Correct.
Now it is. It was not
Correct.
possible to film yourself for 10 minutes, throw it on the internet, and get 1 billion views.
Yep.
Now it is.
Yep.
So I think what we're going to see is a very vibrant, low-budge, independent media system emerging from this because the idea of storytelling is so baked into the American experience.
The human experience.
Human experience, but our nation, because of our history of exporting and making and having an economy built on storytelling, I suspect people like the Duplass brothers and like what's that horror producer? What is his name? The big horror producer.
Oh,
M. Night Shyamalan?
Blum, Jason Blum.
Yeah.
Like people like that will continue
Or
to percolate up.
The State.
Or The State, my old sketch comedy troupe.
Yeah, well, it should be a golden age for comedy, right? There's
should be.
something to
It
push
should be, but we got
against.
Theo Vaughn out there.
He's going to get honored next year.
Oh, he will.
He will.
I do like Theo
I hope
Vaughn.
so, yeah.
He's my guilty pleasure. I like
Oh, you
Theo.
like
He's very funny and very sweet.
Okay.
He makes me laugh out loud.
Yeah, he's very good.
What if we just make TV for airplanes?
Hang on a minute. That's ridiculous. Now I'm going to self TV for airplanes. That's ridiculous, Jodi.
I want to bid adieu
Adieu.
to our guest, Faith Salie,
Adieu.
who was a delight.
Thank
A
you. This was
delight.
so fun. I
Utter
learned
delight.
so much.
Utter delight.
Yes, it was like being in class, wasn't it?
No, but in a good
Well,
way.
he was in his glory. And
Oh, my God.
I
wanna
mean,
s-
it started with the travel, and then it went into the history of cable television.
And the
you're
relief at
You're
the
skipping
Avignon.
the dual hydraulics.
Yeah.
Oh, the dual hydraulics.
It was like a Make-A-Wish for Jim
I don't know.
Biederman.
And then he died.
Can you let Faith bid
Sorry,
her
sorry, sorry,
goodbyes?
sorry.
Thank you,
Oh,
Faith.
yeah. I just want to say thank you and happy holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Happy holidays.
This is our last one for the year.
I should let the audience know that, well, you just did, but I'll just reiterate.
Sure.
This is our last episode of Have I Got News for Your Ears for the year. We'll be back right at the beginning of 2026. And Jodi Lennon, thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Jim Biederman, thank you. Happy holidays. Will you be flying or crash landing anywhere this holiday?
No, I try not to fly.
Keep the wheels on.
We'll see you next year, Michael.
Oh, that's fun. It's now that time where I play a Have I Got News for You game with a fan of the show. Here to play along is an audience member from one of our tapings. It's Dara. Hi.
Hi, how are you, Michael Ian Black?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm getting ready for my birthday, so I'm super excited about the whole month.
Oh, what are you doing for your birthday?
I don't know, but it's going to involve a lot of sequins.
Okay, and you've got some sequins already. Would you call those sequins or rhinestones? What would you call that?
Sequins.
Sequins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And tell me about your love for sequins. Is this a normal thing, or is it just a birthday month sequins?
No, I'm a sequins girl. I'm not a special occasion sequins girl. I'm not new to this.
Okay.
I'm true to this. I love to shine bright like a diamond.
Well, so far, you're very sparkly, and we appreciate it
Thank you.
because Jim Biederman, my co-host on this podcast, is never sparkly, and I have asked him repeatedly, would it kill you to throw on some sequins? And he never does it. So thank you for understanding the assignment, Dara.
You are very welcome.
You ready to play a game?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so this game is the same game we play every episode of Have I Got News for Your Ears. It's called Lie Curious. I'm going to give you 3 facts about a public figure. 2 of those facts are lies. 1 of them is the truth. It is time for 3 facts about Attorney General Pam Bondi. Are you familiar with Pam Bondi?
Who doesn't know good Pam Bondi?
Who doesn't? Well, there are no good Pam Bondis, so
That's
the answer
right.
is nobody knows. Here are 3 facts about Attorney General Pam Bondi. Number 1, she keeps a Ziploc full of beef jerky in her bag at all times. Number 2, she got heckled at a screening of the Mr. Rogers documentary. Number 3, she tried to make square dancing an Olympic event. Do you want to start with beef jerky?
I want to start with beef jerky.
All right. What do you think?
While this sounds plausible, it also sounds like something that I would do. And I don't want any of the actions that I do to be something that Pam Bondi would do because we are not the same.
Okay. All right. Number 2, got heckled at a screening of the Mr. Rogers documentary.
Now, this is
also plausible.
This is the one that I want to be true. Because as a child of the 80s, I love Mr. Rogers, and he's one of the last golden horses that we have. You know, he's one of the last ones that I will ride out for. And anyone who was raised by Mr. Rogers, because let's face it, we all were raised by Mr. Rogers, knows better and knows how to be kind and treat people and knows the betterment of our human society. So anyone who would be at that screening, I feel like would be booing for bad. So I want that one to be true.
Let me push back on this for a moment.
Okay.
And say, well, I agree with your theory of the case. Doesn't your theory of the case that Mr. Rogers taught kindness also preclude the audience from heckling somebody at a Mr. Rogers documentary? Wouldn't that be exactly contravening the spirit of the documentary?
Goodness, it would. When you think about the lessons we learned, he wanted us to love everybody despite their differences. So we would have to accept her by notion of respecting.
But that's not to say that the audience took the lesson. We don't know.
See?
Let's put a pin in it.
Okay.
Let's put a pin in it.
Okay.
Let's go to number 3. Tried to make square dancing an Olympic event.
Now, this one also is a strong contender because I feel like this is like how that Olympian did, that Rachel girl did, the one who was
the breakdancing chick.
Yes.
The Australian breakdancing wizard, yes.
So,
who stole the world's heart with her electric boogaloo moves. Incredible.
Exactly. I feel like she's like, I want to be good at something. This is what I do on Saturday nights. Let's make it a sport, you know?
Here's my pushback on this, though.
Okay.
Until the Trump administration, while Pam Bondi was the Attorney General of Florida, but until very recently, when she was a nationally profiled figure, what power would she? I mean, even now, she wouldn't have any power to make square dancing an Olympic event. How did she try to make square dancing an Olympic event? As the Florida Attorney General, that doesn't really track to me.
I mean, nothing really tracks to me anymore. So
that's the problem, right?
Yeah, that's the logic.
That is the entire problem.
The linear thinking is completely gone.
Yep. All right. So we've got all 3. You've only eliminated beef jerky.
Yeah.
So it's between Mr. Rogers and square dancing. What do you want to go with?
Out of respect for Mr. Rogers, because I am actually looking at him right now, I am going to go with square dancing.
Let's see. She got heckled at a screening of the Mr. Rogers documentary. In 2018, Pam had to be escorted out of a movie theater by police after she was confronted by activists who shouted things like, "What would Mr. Rogers think about your legacy in Florida?" Okay. And "You're a horrible person." Now, see, that's the part that I feel like Mr. Rogers
wouldn't like that. He wouldn't like that.
Would object to. Well, Dara, thank you so much for being a part of Have I Got News for Your Ears. You were a terrific guest, even though I feel like I dissuaded you from choosing the answer that ended up being correct, and I apologize for that.
Just a little bit, but you know what? It's a lesson for me to believe in myself. So thank you for the lesson today.
Thanks so much for joining me on Have I Got News for Your Ears. I'm Michael Ian Black. I want to thank our guest, journalist, fun person, comedian, Faith Salie. I want to thank our game player and audience member, Dara, for coming on and doing so well. And, of course, thank you to my co-pilots, Jim Biederman, Jodi Lennon, and of course, thank all of you for watching, and we'll see you next episode. Have I Got News for Your Ears releases new episodes every Wednesday. Don't miss an episode. Follow us on Apple, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Even better, watch the VODCAST on Spotify or on the Have I Got News for You YouTube channel. And while you're there, please follow us and subscribe to the aforementioned YouTube channel. Hey, are you a fan of Have I Got News for You? Then subscribe to our channel. Tap the subscribe button and click the bell while you're at it to stay up to the minute on our latest videos.